Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome back.
To another video.
We're gonna do
Wildcard.
Wildcard
From
Fortnite.
From
It's
Fortnite.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Alright, watch loud.
Yeah.
Grab some stuff. Sit at the table with your friends and family. And let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Peace.
Third time's a charm, that's right. Alright, so let's get started. We're gonna do the head. Make sure you do the head big enough because we just did our first take and it took about 2 minutes and then we cut it off because our heads were too small. So I'm just gonna draw it, and if you can make your corrections with your eraser, go ahead and do that. Pause the video and go back and watch it again in order to correct your mistakes. So I'm gonna go and actually just draw it because I have figured out, for me, if I don't do it this way, it's hard for me to draw it. All right, find the center of your face, okay? Now, you're going to put a dot on each side. Jaden, wait just a second. You're gonna put a dot on each side of your finger. What we did last time, we put them way too far from our finger. So do it right by your fingertips. So right next to your finger. Don't spread it out far away. Perfect. All right, lift up. Okay, so those are not his eyes. Those are the start of his eyes. All right, watch this. We're gonna go ahead and do a greater than sign. All right, now we're gonna go up at an angle. So if you put a dot to the right, pretty close to the head, to the side of the head, that's good, perfect, all right? And then connect that line. See how this is a greater than sign? We're gonna do a less than sign, but bigger than that. So we're gonna go ahead and do, watch this, a dot here and a dot here to make our greater than or less than sign. Okay, and then we're gonna connect that like a little triangle. And then we're gonna connect those 2 points. Boom, there's one eye. That's really good. I like your shape better than mine. Mine's a little skinny. I like yours is wider. Yep, that's fine. Okay, all right, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Try to make this greater than sign the same as this less than sign. So it's gotta be about the same size. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing we did here. We're gonna put a dot. So we're gonna go all the way over, close to the side, and higher. Perfect. So now we're gonna connect that. Same thing that we did here. We did 3 dots or 2 extra dots, okay? We're gonna go really close to the edge, and then we're gonna go lower than this point.
Oh,
All right, connect those 2. Connect those 2, and then you have that last line. You can connect that. See, my eyes are a little bit different, but that's all right. It's not gonna be perfect. We're just practicing, having fun, enjoying ourselves. All right, so the stamp of Wildcard is obviously the player card on his face. I think the diamond is a little easier, so I'm gonna do a diamond. It doesn't matter which side you really pick. Whichever side you have more space on, exactly. Whatever side you have more space on, then do it on that side. So I'm really close to the edge here, a little less close to the edge here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a dot right there. Okay, I'm gonna go straight over into the middle of his face, okay? And if I'm in the center, I don't wanna be dead center. I wanna be a little bit closer to the eye that he actually has the player card on, or the diamond on. So we have 2 dots there. Now you're gonna go up in the center of those, but higher up. Make sure you have enough space where you're not gonna go through your eye to make your diamond. You have to go above your eye, so it can't go here, all right? Next thing, is to go under that. Same thing, low enough to where you're not going through your eye. Okay, now see, if you connect that, yours is gonna go through your eye, so you want that to
Always.
be down. So now we're gonna go and connect those four. With this one, connect there. And we're gonna draw a little tiny rectangle on top, okay? A smaller rectangle on the bottom, and then the same thing on the top. Smaller rectangle, the same size as this. Same size as the bottom rectangle. Next thing, we're gonna go to the corner of his head, draw a rectangle there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the last detail on his face, and then we're done with his head. We start on the body. Body's really fun to do. So last thing is right under this first little clamp. These clamps are what keeps his mask on, okay? And what we're gonna do is do this little tiny circle. Circle. All right, perfect. We're gonna start on a body now. We don't want his body to be as wide as his head, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make his neck real small, kind of make him like a chibi character in a sense, okay? Chibi's like a type of anime, but I like chibi characters better than I like anime because anime is nice and tall and long and skinny and kind of lanky. You can see like their cuts and muscles and stuff like that. And then chibi's really kind of short and stubby, with big heads, big eyes, stuff like that. So I like the chibi better. All right, so let's get started. So if you find the center of his chin, we can go ahead and draw two little marks like that. Tiny little marks to start his neck off. So that's his neck and shoulder area. Okay. So we're gonna go down, okay, and to the left. A little bit, probably smaller than his head. Down and over a little bit. Down and over a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna connect these lines to our dots. If it's curved, that's perfect. It's gonna be his outer jacket, like his blazer that he's wearing, his suit. So it's okay if it's a little curvy. It's okay if it's a little wavy. It's clothing, so it's gonna look fine. All right, so now we're gonna go in, down a little bit, down and in. If they're different, it's okay, because remember, it's clothing, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna go over and down. And then this one, we're just gonna go over and down a tiny bit. Make them a little different. All right, so now that we got our jacket started, we're gonna finish it off. It's gonna go up, but before we do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over a little bit, put a little tiny hash mark there and hash mark there. So don't go too close, because if you go too close, then we're not gonna be able to do his actual clothing on the inside. Detail on the inside. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna do this. If it's a little bit wavy, that's perfect. Remember, it's his jacket and it's an open jacket, so it's gotta have some type of flow to it because it's not perfectly knit together. All right, so now since we have his jacket, right now it kind of looks like a vest or something. I don't know, maybe two really long legs and he has no body. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the center here and we're gonna do a little diagonal line on both sides. Like if he has two little tiny arms, like little T-Rex arms. Okay, this is gonna go way down here. So we're gonna go ahead and do a long triangle shape like that, bam. This goes like that, up, and up. All right.
Looks like his arms.
So now we can go down a little bit and we're gonna do a dot in the center. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a line that goes from about this point where these two lines meet down like this, okay? But it's gonna extend just a tiny bit past that dot because I made a mistake, but that's okay. Line like that, perfect. All right, now this line is gonna come down and stop before it gets to these two. I want it to stop high up there. Okay, do a little tiny hash mark diagonal coming to the right, and then it's gonna go into the side of the jacket. Perfect. Watch this. You go to this point right here, okay? You have a point there. I'm gonna go ahead and go a little higher than that point and go up to the jacket, kind of make it like a vest, a V shape or a Y shape, okay? Perfect. And now if you go down to this little diagonal part, do a tiny little diagonal to the left, and then go left straight to the side of the jacket. Don't mark inside of your jacket like I did. Just connect it to your jacket. Nice. All right. So now the detail in there, these little buttons, okay? All right, so now inside this open area that we have in the center, where it's still kind of like the neck chest area, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little baby trapezoid facing down. The skinny part's gonna be on the bottom side. Perfect. And now all you have to do is go to each of the corner of your bottom trapezoid and go down at an angle to fold out. And that's gonna be his necktie. On his jacket, on this bottom triangle half, okay? We're gonna do a little tiny mark there, little tiny mark there.
Bam. Bam.
Perfect. All right. We're gonna go down and over.
Leggies.
So now you can go ahead and do his pants, connect those dots. Okay. Inside of those, do two more dots like that. So now that we have our actual legs, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a diagonal line here above this. And we're kind of do like a squiggly line like that. Okay, and then on this part, you do a little bottom diagonal, give it a little bit more shape. And then now we can connect this dot to that point and this dot to that point. So go to here is probably a little bit better to start. Down. And then from this point, go down. Nice. All right. So now we're gonna kind of make the shoes, okay? In the shoes, we're gonna not touch these corners at all, okay? We're gonna go ahead and do a curve like that on both sides.
A sad face.
Like a sad face, yes. And now we're gonna connect the pants. The pants are just kind of ruffled in. So little diagonal lines to make it look like kind of cuffing. I'm gonna go ahead and connect these bottoms with a slight curve. It's not very curved at all, but it's a slight curve. Almost a straight line. If you do a straight line, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do the sole. The sole is just gonna be a little tiny strip on the bottom of the shoe. Both sides. So what we're gonna do is on the jacket, he's gonna have only two buttons right there. Yep, on the left side. Perfect, only two. There you go. Okay, so now we're gonna do the pockets. The pocket is literally just gonna be a rectangle on the side. I'm gonna do mine in between my two buttons. We're gonna do one pocket on this side and one pocket on this side.
On the eye or this side?
This pocket up here is gonna be where he either puts his handkerchief
Super small.
or like a little rose coming out or something. So go slightly to the left of his shoulder area. Put a little dot there, same thing. Slightly to the left, to the right of the other shoulder. So our arms are gonna come out of people's heads. So the bottom right there, we're gonna go ahead and curve it out. Stop it right around the pocket. Good. All right. Same thing. Right around the pocket. So what I want you to do is go here. Okay. So now you go up, and if it gets skinnier, that's even better. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Jaden's gonna hold off on that arm because it's really skinny. I'm gonna help him on that one.
I'll go this way.
Yeah. All right, so now that we have this arm, we're gonna do the same thing. This one goes up into there. Okay, and now we're gonna make these cuffs.
Close.
So this is what we're gonna do. If you go under his cuff
It's like my left here.
and you do a backward C.
Do I do it?
Yep. Okay. Now we're gonna connect that to his hand or to his cuff. Okay. And then we're gonna go watch on this side of the C. We're gonna do like a tiny little curve right there. Tiny. There you go. Perfect. All right. Now from the bottom of the C, you're gonna do this. Watch. It's gonna loop around. All right, so now from here, you're gonna go one, kind of like a J again, backwards J. And then this one, you're gonna go here and it's gonna connect. Cool, all right. So you're not gonna do this part because my hand is out. Yours is kind of behind him. Like if he's doing a floss, oh, that's what you're doing. Yours is doing a floss. So he's got one hand here and the other hand's behind. Yep, yours is doing a floss. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do on this right side of his arm, I'm gonna do a regular C.
Then I need to make his hand like this.
Connect it.
Where's the cap?
Go ahead and do a slight curve there. Same thing as this, just opposite and backwards. Curve that around. Continue that.
Let's see.
And
if the Jaden proof.
remember, if I did it a little bit fast, you can always pause it, rewind it. Okay, so mine is done. We're gonna go ahead and fix Jaden's floss arm and show that his hand is
Mine
there.
can be
So
like that.
I'm going to, yeah, you can do like that. Just kind of do a curve behind, so you can't really see his hand. But if he was doing a floss and his hand was behind his back, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So there you go. That's an easy fix. If your arms are too close to your body, you just do a slight curve and we're done. All right, guys, we just finished drawing Wildcard and check it out.
And it's pretty cool.
What the?
That's
not Wildcard. It's Peely.
We'll be right back.
We just finished drawing Wildcard. All right.
Oh, backwards.
And we are going to,
Okay.
no, you're backwards again. We're gonna go ahead and color it. So follow along, enjoy, have fun. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and use these oil pastels again. We had really good results with our fish stick drawing, And I think one of the reasons was because we use these, we could blend the colors in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again and get started. All right, guys, we just finished our Wildcard drawings and finished coloring. It's pretty cool. It was a fun one. We used the oil pastels again. Really like what we did on the fish sticks, which is right there. There it is. But we just did the same method for the Wildcard. I had a great time. Hope you guys did too. Follow the next video. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye. Peace.